Hi, welcome back to another video. I'm a little disoriented right now because this is the first time I'm filming in my living room in front of my bookshelf. I have not vetted the background. I mean, I'm not embarrassed of anything, but this is my husband's shelf and this is my shelf. So this is the first time that I'm filming on the Osmo. It might be a little echoey out here. This is the first time I'm filming this kind of video as well. Normally I do a pack with me, but because I ran out of time in the beginning, like before the trip, before I left, I thought I would do an unpack with me, and it might actually be more helpful because then I can talk about what I actually wore, what I didn't end up wearing, and what I wish I packed, I guess. So I think I packed very little things, but honestly, I could have packed even less because it was so hot in Japan when I went. So we went to Osaka. We went for 3 weeks. It was the middle of autumn, so I was kind of expecting autumn weather. I did look up like historical averages for weather and it said it would be around 23 degrees. It wasn't. It was 28 degrees to 29 degrees like almost every single day. The coolest it got was maybe 25 and 23 on like the very last day, but it was really hot. And I love the heat, but even that was too hot for me because it was so humid. Yeah, I packed anticipating, like I packed a mix of warm and cool clothes. I've got my suitcase next to me. I don't think you can see it, but I've got my suitcase next to me on the ground with what I packed on one side and what I bought on the other side. And you're probably more interested in what I bought, and I will get to that. So I'll quickly get through the what I packed. And I think I'll put up images of like the outfits that I wore as well, so you can see how I mix and matched everything. This is going to be a little rambly and a little unorganized. I really tried to film this earlier because this suitcase has just been on the ground and I've had to like take some clothes to wash it because I've wanted to wear it. I'm actually wearing one of the clothes that I bought, a dress that I'll get to, but the first thing, this is going to be very hard to show you one-handed. I really should clip this on. Does that work? The audio might sound a little bit different, but hopefully that's still okay. So this is a white t-shirt that I got from Big W because I got it for free. It's part of like the Woolworths Everyday Rewards. If you're not Australian, just ignore me. But it's just a simple plain white shirt because like showing your shoulders is not a big thing in Japan. It's not necessarily frowned upon. It's just part of their fashion style. They don't really show shoulders because they probably, one, don't want a tan, and it's just kind of a modesty thing, but they will wear short skirts. So I am always used to wearing singlets and things that show off my shoulders. So it was kind of hard, like, especially when it's hot, figuring out outfits that I could wear that, you know, was still kind of modest. Again, it's not super frowned upon. You're totally fine to wear a singlet, but I did want to blend in a little bit. So just a plain white t-shirt, and I actually wore this the most. I wore it with jeans. I wore it with my silky midi skirt that I thrifted here in Australia. It's actually from Shein, but I got it for like $2 from a thrift store. This silky skirt, I had one really similar from Glossons, but that one was so thin it fell apart. And this one held up really well. So I wore it with that as well. I wore this a lot. This and my blue jeans were like my two staples for bottoms. I also packed, I'm going through this fast because I feel like I'll be here talking for a long time if not. I also packed this midi skirt. It's kind of like it's a plaid, right? It's a plaid material. So I paired the white shirt with this as well. I bought this actually in Japan last year. I thrifted it last year. And I never made a video about what I thrifted in Japan last year, but this midi skirt served me well as well. So I paired it with that. I also brought two more bottoms. So those are the only bottoms that I really wore mostly, the midi skirt, the silky black midi skirt, and the blue jeans. I also brought, because I was expecting it to be hot, was this like corduroy kind of skirt and a pair of skirts from Uniqlo. But I have a burn wound on my leg and I was being a little too ambitious. I thought that it would heal by the time I was in Japan and I wouldn't need to wear it anymore and I could wear short skirts and stuff. But because I didn't want the bandage to get dirty, I didn't end up wearing it at all. So I didn't wear these two at all. So I definitely could have like not packed that and only gotten away with 3 bottoms. So there was that. The other 2 things that I didn't wear, I brought but didn't wear because I thought it would be cold, was my cardigan, which I again thrifted in Japan last year. Didn't wear it at all because it was way too hot. And I also brought a knit. granted, it's a pretty thin knit, but I did not want this anywhere near my body because it was way too hot. So these things I could have easily cut out. So that was, I mean, that always happens. You tend to, I'm not an extreme minimalist packer. I do tend to try to only pack the basics, but I always end up with a few things I don't wear, and that's fine. The remaining two things, there's also a top that I brought. It's a Uniqlo like beige singlet top, and it has a built-in bra, and that's like so good for traveling. I don't have it here because again, I did laundry when I got home and I don't know where I put everything. Maybe it's still in the laundry basket. So the blue jeans are in the laundry basket. That's why it's not here. But I also brought this kind of really simple thin knit. I bought this on my first trip to Japan. So it's got a lot of holes in it. So it's like the perfect cover up on the shoulders, but still quite thin. So I wore this a lot as well. Again, paired it with the blue jeans and the black skirt. I feel like it went really well with that. So I wore that a lot. And then the very last thing I brought, which again, didn't need because it was so thick, but I ended up wearing a lot anyway, was this like corduroy shacket, which I bought from Japan last year. So a lot of the things I thrifted from Japan, I still wear like very often. So it looks like that. And yeah, it was a bit thick, but honestly, it was pretty good for the plane as well. So my plane outfit was pretty much this shacket, a white shirt, and blue jeans. And I think that is everything that I brought, like packed in terms of clothes. In terms of shoes, obviously there's other little things like toiletries and underwear and socks, which you don't need to know the details about. But in terms of shoes, I brought one pair of shoes, so I was just wearing it the entire time, which were my Air Forces, my Air Force Ones, which are totally beaten up and very dirty, but very comfortable and great for walking around in. So they did the job very well. But yeah, I don't think I packed too much. And I did that on purpose because I really wanted to make room for thrifting, because I knew that I would be looking at thrift stores, specifically Book Off, like super bazaars. And so I didn't want to pack too much so that I would have a lot more room to buy things and not feel guilty about overpacking. But where do I start? Okay, I have most of the prices. I did cut off the tags because I did some laundry in Japan. I thought I took a picture of like the item with the tags, but I couldn't find it. So some of them will be just a good guess, but most of them will be kind of around that price point. It doesn't vary too much. It's always around the same price point. But the first thing I bought, and again, I will put a picture up because it's going to be very hard to see, was a Uniqlo grey coat. This is not in order, by the way, this video. This is all out of order. I'm just showing you in order of like what is in my suitcase right now. So it's going to be a little bit out of order, but I'm going to try to bunch together the items of clothing. So I bought two coats. This Uniqlo coat, which is actually a really nice kind of charcoal gray, super floppy, super comfortable. I bought this for $16, which is incredible for a coat. So I bought that coat, and the other coat I bought was $12. It's a lot more structured, so it's not as floppy, but it's a pretty good winter coat. And yeah, it was $12. So this is the other coat that I bought. Moving on to knits, I bought this gray knit that my husband did not love. It's quite a light gray, kind of beige gray. So it's a really nice warm gray. He didn't love the look of it, but I was like, no, it's so comfortable. When I put it on, it was so soft and comfortable. I think it's from H&M. The tag looks like a H&M tag. And that was, I believe, $4. Like 440 yen, but if you buy enough to get tax-free, it comes down to 400 yen. So $4 Australian. The next knit that I bought was a grey knit. I think this one was $8. I usually try to find things around the $5 mark, but if it's really nice, I will obviously spend a little bit more. But this is a brown knit with kind of a mock neck, like a semi-mock high neck. And I don't think I have a picture of myself wearing this, but it's a really nice warm brown color, super soft, super comfortable. And I love my knits in winter, something really easy and simple to throw on. Because yeah, I definitely get lazy about dressing in winter. So I think that one was around $8. I have my phone here, which I think I've buried under clothes, with a list of the items that I bought, just to make sure that I'm not forgetting anything. Okay, yes, brown knit. The next one I wrote down was my black knit dress, which I should have a picture of, but it's what I'm wearing right now. And I've been wearing it constantly since I got back because it's so comfortable. It's like a midi dress. It's a little oversized. It's not too fitted, but it's just so comfortable and warm. I'm actually sweating right now. It's pretty hot, but my mic is now attached to my cardigan, so it's staying on. So this was around $8 too, I think. It's actually really hard to find sleeveless dresses and tops. The sleeveless tops, they actually put under a category called vests because again, they don't really show their shoulders. So anything that is sleeveless, they intend it to be worn on top of other things. Same thing with their dresses. So this is probably worn on top of a dress and it's a really cute look. So, you know, I could layer this in winter as well, but right now I just like wearing it as like a transitional piece. I feel like it's a really good transitional piece on the cooler days. I would not be able to wear this on a hot day, but on the cooler days, this dress is perfect. And it's like the perfect lounge home dress. I really like it, but I definitely do wear it out as well. The next thing is shirt dress. Okay, so this I have not washed yet, so I think there's a tag on this. There is indeed. This was 500 yen, but it was half price. So it came down to $2.50 for this shirt dress, which Kevin also did not like. My husband also did not like, which is fine. I like his opinion on things, but I absolutely will still get something even if he doesn't like it. But it's a really simple kind of brown giant shirt dress. And it's not the most flattering piece, I will admit, but it's so comfortable. Again, it's the perfect like home lounge piece because I work from home every day. And while I love dressing up at home still for myself, I also like to be comfortable on like some days when I just don't want to dress up and I don't want to think about it and I just want to put something simple on. Something like this or this knit dress is perfect, and it's quite thin, so it'd be perfect for the hot, well, not too hot because it's kind of got long sleeves, but yeah, I thought it was a perfect spring dress and it was only $2.50. I love the color as well. So there's the shirt dress. And then I bought a ribbed top, which is not here. Oh no, it is here. It is here. So I bought this. I was looking for this actually last time I was in Japan, but I didn't find one that I liked, and I didn't like the color of some and the fit of some, but I tried this one on and I actually liked it. I like the color of it. I like the fit. It wasn't too tight. It wasn't too big. So I got this. It's another kind of weird piece that you're supposed to layer on underneath, but I don't know, I really like this. I feel like it's really comfortable and simple, but yeah, I just like the design. I love the ribbed of it and the ribbed material and kind of the sleeves and the mock neck as well. So I think that one was $5. Yes, that one was probably $5. And then I got a thin cardigan which snags on everything, but I believe this was $4, something around there. It's just a really simple knit cardigan, super thin, kind of in this beige, like off-white color. And it's got, I liked the sleeves mostly. I liked how it was like, what do you call this? Like banded. And it just, yeah, very simple. I've already washed that and I was wearing that in Japan. Actually, I'm gonna take off this sleeve because I'm sweating. I'm sweating now. But yeah, I washed this in Japan because some of the hotels had laundry and I wore it in Japan as well on some of the really hot days when I didn't want to wear my corduroy jacket. And then I bought this brown ribbed cardigan top. So it's probably meant to be like a cardigan, but I like how it can be worn as a top as well. And it's quite fitted. I don't normally buy super fitted tops, but yeah, a simple top like this is kind of nice to pair with jeans or a skirt, something really simple. And I liked the color as well, as you can tell. A lot of browns, a lot of beiges, a lot of neutral kind of warm colors. And then I also bought, this is the very last clothing item that I bought because the rest are kind of accessories, but I bought white culottes. And I don't think I think I got a video, but maybe I didn't take a picture of it. These are from Uniqlo. They are a medium. I do believe the sizing is a bit different, but it fit perfectly. And I haven't washed these yet. So it says 500 yen without tax. I might have bought them with tax. I don't think I had enough at that particular book off, but These are $5.50 culottes, originally from Uniqlo, and they fit great. I love that the front of them is not elastic, but the back is, so it's still comfortable. I like it to look clean in the front, and it has pockets, and yeah, it was a really, really good fit. It didn't feel too thin either. I believe they are lined. They are, no, they're not. Are they? They feel lined. I don't think so. I think it's just thick fabric. But it wasn't too see-through, which is a concern when you're wearing white bottoms. But that is pretty much it for what I thrifted, clothing. I bought some accessories. So I bought a beret, which was a bit more expensive than I would like, but I believe it's because it's a brand, Jill Stewart. I'm not super familiar with the brand. I just recognize the brand. And so yes, I bought a beret because it was just really cute and it fit really nice, and it's really thick and really good quality. The berets that I do own are a little bit thinner and not that super comfortable to... Berets are always really hard for me to put on. My hair always gets stuck. I can't really tell if that is sitting properly, but I just really like the color and the fit of it. Like, it's super comfortable. It's not too tight on my head. I'm not gonna keep this on because I'm sweating, but I bought this beret, which was $14. To be exact, it was $13.80. So it was a little on the expensive side, but honestly still so cheap for a beret. So yes, it felt really good quality, and I was umming and ahhing about that for ages, and I was like, just buy it. It's $14. Like, you're probably gonna regret not buying it. But then that's it for thrifted things. And I just included a few things, not everything, for what I bought brand new, if you were interested. But that is the end of the thrifted things. So the first thing I bought brand new was these kind of like knit cable fluffy socks. They're very warm, and I'm actually wearing the brown ones right now. So I bought two pairs. I bought them in beige and brown. These are from 3Coins, so they were $3 each. I love 3Coins because everything there is literally shades of brown. I also bought from 3Coins a picnic blanket because it was just so cute. I saw it, and then I didn't buy it the first time I saw it, and then I couldn't stop thinking about it. So I was like, I think that's a sign I need to go back and buy it. I believe it was $15, 15 Australian dollars. Oh, it was $10, $10 tax-free. I did get tax-free on 3Coins because I did buy enough. It was a $10 picnic blanket with a like strap holder, and I just love how minimal and low profile it is. And the bottom of it, let me open. I don't know if you care, but I'm going to show you anyway. The bottom of it is like the foil thing, so it's a proper like picnic blanket, not just like a piece of fabric like my current picnic blanket, which I sewed. But I just love how thin it is, how easy it is to bring to the park. So that is the picnic blanket that I'm not going to put back. And the other thing I bought from 3Coins, which seems really impractical, but again, I was in love with it. This thermos kind of stainless steel bottle with a cup. So it's pretty much just a thermos bottle, but with the cup lid. And I actually don't own something like this. I do have like a big thermos water bottle, but it doesn't have a cup. And I thought this was just so practical. I know it's extra, it's a little heavy. We did have the luggage space, definitely the weight, but this was $15. So this was more expensive than the picnic blanket, which kind of makes sense. But this thing is just so cute, and it has a strap on it. Am I being ridiculous? Because I love this thing. You can't even put your whole hand in it. This is just like a 3-finger strap, which is fine. But like, guys, I'm ready. I'm ready to go on a picnic. It's just so aesthetic. I love it. And so it's not only good for, look, you can drink it like that as well. And it has like a, what do you call it? Like a strainer if you want to put, like it'll block tea leaves. If you want to make tea in there, it'll catch the tea leaves. And so yeah, it's very simple, but it's definitely not dishwasher safe. It's hand wash only, but I will accept the sacrifice for the cute vacuum flask kind of thermos. It's so cute. Their autumn picnic range was so cute. The last time I went to 3Coins, I bought like an esky bag. So like I've got my picnic set like completed. I've got an esky bag And I think I bought some earrings from there, but 3Coins is a great store, very aesthetic and very affordable. And the last thing I wanted to show you is not clothing related, it's kind of beauty related. I usually go a little bit too crazy with the skincare in Japan, but it takes me so long to use up, so I've learnt my lesson. The only thing I really bought was just a stock up of their sunscreen, their Bio UV sunscreen. I did buy the green tinted one, which is supposed to make you less red. It made me break out a little bit, but it's okay. Like, I don't really notice anything too dramatic with it, so I was like, I'll just buy the standard one to stock up on it. I still do have the entire bottle, but I bought this DHC lip cream. I'm very particular with my lip balms because I only use Carmex. Carmex is the only one that seems to work for me, and I've been using it for years now, but I wanted to give it a chance, and it's been okay so far. I'm not using it like constantly, but I did just give it a quick try. But I also wanted to try their tinted lip balm because I'm very lazy when it comes to makeup or any sort of like beauty or skincare. So tinted seems like the perfect kind of in between. I have not tried this yet, but it looks very cute. And these were quite affordable. I want to say they were all under $10. I got them from Donkey, so it was tax-free as well. And I also tried this because it just looked interesting. I haven't opened it, but it's Curel. I think that's how you say it. Moisture Lip Care Cream Red. They had a few different tints, but I just got the most like standard red. Again, for someone that's lazy with makeup, I feel like tinted is a really good way to look a little bit more put together without too much effort. And I bought two because I was like slightly under the tax-free threshold. So I bought two sunscreen because it's great as a gift as well. Because it's a crowd pleaser and everyone in my family loves this sunscreen. It's just so light and so easy to use. But that is everything that I bought. You can't really see, you can kind of, my giant pile of clothes. If you're curious where I go to thrift, I like Book Off, but Book Off Super Bazaar in particular. So I wouldn't really recommend a certain place over others because honestly, I think it depends on the time that you go. Like the turnover determines whether or not a Book Off is good. So you could go to the exact same Book Off that I really liked and find nothing there. And obviously it depends on your style as well. So I would give them all a chance really. So you just type into Google Maps, Book Off Super Bazaar, and it'll come up. There's a Book Off, like a regular Book Off, but they tend to just be books. Book Off Plus does sometimes have clothes, but the Book Off Super Bazaars are much bigger. Sometimes they're like standalone buildings, so they're huge. But yeah, you need patience to browse these. And I was going to do a separate tips video, but I'm not sure if I have enough tips. Basically, don't be rude. Try to not talk too loud because there's a bunch of tourists sometimes at Book Offs and they're really, really loud. They're like yelling across the aisles to each other. The clothes are really well organized, so just try to be respectful of that. Don't shove in front of other people. A bunch of tourists like shove in front of me to look at the clothes in front of me. It's really strange. Like you would think there's common sense with like shopping etiquette, but like, yeah, you get some strange people. And it's not just tourists, obviously. There are obviously some locals that are rude as well, but generally it's the locals that are just tend to be a little bit disrespectful and they're just blocking aisles with their trolleys. But mostly what you can find at these Book Offs are like winter wear, not so much singlets. I wouldn't really go there for any sort of dresses. They do have a lot of overalls. They have a lot of shoes. They don't always fit me. I feel like the shoe sizes are a little bit on the smaller side, so like 5s and 4s, sometimes 6s. I'm a 6.5, so I have to get 7 sometimes. There was always a bunch of hunter boots. There were so many bags. Oh, I'm not done. I just remembered. I bought bags as well and I forgot to show you. So I bought 2 bags. One of them was actually the most expensive item that I bought, but it was a backpack. I am surprised at myself for spending $40 on a backpack. But I kind of just fell in love with this backpack and it was really amazing quality when I saw it. It's a little less pristine now because I bought it in the first week, I think, of Japan and I carried it pretty much every single day for the remainder of the trip. So for 2 weeks straight, I was loading this up with so much stuff, but there is a flap at the front. And so you can put stuff for quick access. And then there is the zip that opens up the entire way. and you can just store so much in here. There's also another pocket in here. The brand is Legato Largo. And brand new, this bag I think is only $66. So $40 for a thrifted bag was kind of expensive. But again, the condition was almost brand new. So it was just like getting a slight discount on a new bag. And it has a side pocket. So I tended to put my lip balm in here and a side pocket on the other side. But I love the color of it. It's so nice. But yeah, this is perfect as like a little travel backpack. I have been on the hunt for a good leather looking, because I'm pretty sure this is not real leather, good leather looking backpack for a while that's not too big but not too small, and this is just perfect. I used it for 2 weeks straight and it was perfect. It carries so much, and so that was $40. And the other bag I bought was this handbag. I have been looking for a bag like this for a long time as well, but too stingy to pay for too much. I saw a brand new version of this bag, not the exact same bag but similar style, gorgeous, and I really wanted to come back to buy that, but that was $40. And then I saw this in the thrift store. Not quite the same, you know, maybe like 80% of the way there. The quality definitely isn't as nice, but this was $8. So I was like, sold, done. This is exactly what I've been looking for. I love these kinds of bags because they look so small, but you can actually fit so much in there. So this is actually my current bag that I'm using. I love it. I can't really show you, but I just like how I don't usually have small bags. I'm very much prone to carrying way too much in my bag. So I was really excited when I got this for $8. Most of their bags are around $5 to $10. So this is a bit more on the expensive side, but yeah, I really like how it looked. And yeah, these two bags, probably my favorite purchases. These and my coats and honestly, everything. I love it. I think I didn't go too crazy this time. I think I bought a lot more last time, but I feel like I didn't need to buy as much this time because I already stocked up on everything that I needed last year, and I only have so much wardrobe space. I generally go in, like when I thrift, I generally have an idea of what I want and what I'm looking for, which makes it a lot easier to filter out a bunch of things. I really wanted like a pair of black jeans, like high-waisted. It's really hard to find jeans thrifted that are in your size and in your style. Tops are a lot easier to find, but super recommend going to Book Off Super Bazaars. Please be respectful, please be kind. I'm not trying to gatekeep it, but I don't want it to turn into this like really popular destination that, you know, just rude tourists go to. So yes, locals do shop there. Yes, you can get tax free. You've just got to present your passport. Some of them are a bit harder to get to. You might have to just walk for like 20 minutes, 30 minutes, or catch a bus. Some of them we had to catch a bus, but it's fun. Like my husband and I, we make a day out of it. He likes to go to Book Off Super Bazaars for his own thing, actually. So he finds like anime things. He finds, so he likes Yu-Gi-Oh, which is like a game / anime. And so there's cards there, there's merch there. So he goes for very different reasons, but it's cool because we can spend like 2 hours there, like minimum 1 hour, and we can spend up to 3 hours there. So it works out really well because we just walk in, get our own trolleys, and kind of just split off and do our own thing for a couple of hours and then come back and combine like what we want to buy. But yeah, that's my favorite thing to do in Japan. Go thrifting because it's honestly so cheap. The condition of everything is like amazing. They organize it so well. Like it's a very different experience to thrifting here in Australia. And I love thrifting here in Australia, but it's hard to find exactly what you want because again, the style is different. Like Japanese fashion is very different typically, but I feel like there's a lot of things in the colors that I like. I feel like browns and neutral colors are very prominent in Japanese clothing, but that is it. That brings us to the end of the video. I have filmed a video with half a cardigan on, but that is pretty much everything that I bought and everything that I packed for Japan. I love the challenge of packing as little as possible and trying to come up with as many outfits as possible. That's the key to packing minimally. Try to find pieces that you can mix and match and create at least a minimum of 3 outfits from, because you'll get so much more out that way. You have to be comfortable with wearing things twice, outfit repeating, and if you stay in a hotel that has laundry, it's super easy to just wash it. But that brings us to the end of the video. I hope you enjoyed an unpack with me. It's a little bit different, but hopefully it's more helpful than just showing you what I pack, because I actually get to talk about how I wore it, and I get to show you pictures of my outfits in Japan. I hope you enjoyed the video, and I will see you in the next one. Bye!